Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV today from Austria. And with us here is Galen McNamara, the CEO from Summa Silver. Hey, and good morning to Canada. How are you, Galen?
Hi, good morning, Ilham. I'm very well, and how are you?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. As you can see, still a bit in the vacation mode, but nonetheless, we have to talk to you because it's time for an update. A lot of good things happened with Summa Silver. You are also a victim of the markets with your share price, but I think it's a fantastic buying opportunity. By the way, I have to disclose that I'm a shareholder of the company also, and also the company is part of the SRC Mining Special Situation Certificate. So just for the legal reasons here. And yeah, a lot of good things are going on with the company. You had fantastic drill results. You are, working like unbelievable. And I would suggest we go directly into some slides you have prepared. Let me bring that up. Yeah, and here we go, I would say. Super. Yeah, Galen, huge project exploration updates. So give us some insights, please.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Well, it has been an interesting summer with the markets being quiet, although in the last couple of weeks, certainly our share price has recovered quite significantly from about 50 cents to about 75 cents yesterday. So, we're starting to see some turnaround here just in the past 2 weeks, which is, I think, a very good sign going into September. But speaking about this slide, our most recent press release just gave an exploration update on our property called the Hughes property in Tonopah, Nevada, the eastern half of the Tonopah district. And this slide here, I think it just shows the scale of what's possible there, where if you look at it here, there's a lot going on, but there's those four white, call them squares or polygons. Those are our drill target areas over about 3.5 kilometers of trend, where we've drilled all four of those and hit on all four of them. But that's just really like the one say flavor of the discovery potential on this property, where if you zoom out and look at the entire property, well, there's targets there that have never been recognized before, never been drilled before. So there really is, there's both the near historic mine, potential where we're hitting, on drill hole after drill hole after drill hole, and we've got 8 holes there pending assays now. But if you zoom out, there's that kind of big picture potential where you're almost in the shadow of these old head frames of this, Wild West American mining district, and there's been no exploration. So we really like that potential too, and that's just something I always like to highlight. So I'll just skip to the next slide here, and I'm going to zoom into this square in about the middle of the figure called Ruby Discovery. I'm going to zoom into that, and we're going to look at an underground view. So here's that Ruby Discovery where we've drilled 3 holes on this target. It's a 1.3 kilometer step out from the district in a wildcat sense. We've drilled 3 holes. All 3 of them have got, say, sniffs of mineralization, really, with the best intersection being 469 grams per ton silver equivalent over 2 meters. But the veins are there that look really good. The alterations there that looks really good. And just flanking these drill holes, there's some very large and untested geophysical anomalies. And I don't need to get into the details of what the green blob is and what the orange blob is, but the thing that puts it all into perspective is that this is, say, 2 kilometers along strike from one of the greatest American silver districts ever discovered, and these things aren't drilled. So this is something that we're going to get to here, not imminently, but in the not too distant future. And then the last thing I just like to point out on Tonopah is that, well, how does this old Tonopah district compare to some of the famous Mexican districts that the Spanish have been mining going back like 500 years? Well, if you take Tonopah and it produced over a strike length of 4 kilometers and 175 million ounces of silver and 1.9 million ounces of gold, well, compare that to Guanajuato or Sandy Mass or Pachuca, you can see a lot more strike length and of course, many more ounces produced, which makes sense. So I'm just on the bottom half of this slide, I'm just representing that mined length with the length of the white bars. So you see Tonopah produced over 4 kilometers and that many ounces, and that's that length of that white bar is that 4 kilometers. Well, if you take that 4 kilometers, add 1.3 kilometers onto it, where we've hit pretty good mineralization at Ruby, and even let it run, well, it fits in quite nicely with how big these districts can get when they get to be truly, truly world class. So yeah, go ahead, Johan.
Yeah, but Galen, that also means to me like that Tonopah, I mean, it's a very old district, right?
Yeah.
And it looks to me like that it was not really, explored, researched with modern technology. So it could be easy go like to 10 or 15 or 20 kilometers, right?
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. But let's start with with 5 and then go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but is that the case? I mean,
well, who knows? That's what we need to figure out as we continue exploration here. Is just keep stepping out and seeing where this thing goes. We haven't found the end of it yet because our drilling at Ruby, the veins that we see out there are very, very prospective looking, and there's some good sniffs of mineralization. So we'll have to just keep pressing and keep pushing and see what happens. Okay, so that's the first project, and that was our most recent exploration update. But of course, one of the reasons I really like Summa, and of course I'm the CEO, so I'm going to say that. But one of the reasons I really like this company is because we have another project that really I think doubles our chance of success. It's another one of these historic old Wild West mining districts that hasn't seen any modern exploration. So here I'm just showing an underground side view called the long section of one of the targets that we've drilled here called the Consolidated extension. We've drilled 6 holes here. All of them have hit significant mineralization, with the highlight being hole 5, which intersected 448 grams per ton silver equivalent over 31 meters. So that thickness and that grade, we know we're onto something significant here. I don't know of any other project where you hit your best hole on the 5th one. So this is something that we're going to get back to drilling here. We're planning to do that in September. And just following up on what we've already drilled over this area of 500 meters by 300 meters, drilling it at whatever is going to support an inferred resource, something like 75 meters between holes. So that's one part of this story, but I'm just going to zoom out here, and we're going to switch and look at an actual map view. So here's a map of the property. The green square, well, first let me orient you a little bit better. So the project itself, the outline is the blue polygon, but then on top of that blue polygon, there's a hollow green rectangle. That green rectangle is that 500 meters that we're drilling, our first drill target. So that's just it. So if you zoom out and look at some of the other veins and smoke on this property. Well, we've got 3,000 grams per ton in one area, 2,000 grams per ton in another area, 1,500 in another area. I don't need to read all of these, but over an area of 3.5 kilometers by 3.5 kilometers, there's some really good mineralization still at surface. And we're drilling the first 500 meters of the vein target right now, while in total there's 34 kilometers of vein and prospective structure on the property, largely unexplored. Some of it's mined, but largely unexplored. So that's really that's what we're doing here, and that's the 5-minute Summa Silver update, and we're working on a lot behind the scenes right now, even though the markets are quiet.
Okay, super. No, that sounds really perfect. Just a short question on that. I mean, those are absolutely fantastic drill results. So about what depths we are talking here in general?
Yeah, it's anywhere from the prospective depth is anywhere from surface to 500 meters. We don't know yet, but where we're drilling now is somewhere between 200 and 500 meters down, or say 150 and 450 meters below surface.
Super. So that would be like, let's say, shallow open pit if possible, but at least easy underground, right?
Well, I think yeah, that's the point. Easy. Well, I don't want to say easy underground, but this is an underground mining situation similar to all the other vein deposits that are of this flavor anywhere in the world.
Okay, super. So let me stop that here. So great. Okay, so I saw also in your press release from 20th July that you still have a lot of assays pending from multiple holes. So what's the status there?
Yeah, we've got 8 holes pending right now from the Nevada project. All of the holes we drilled hit their target and hit, how do I put this, mineralized looking quartz veins and breccias with visible mineralization, visible silver sulfide mineralization in them. So now we just wait and see what the numbers say.
Okay, super. You're also transitioning to a Mogollon project. How is that going?
Yeah, good, exactly. So that's the project in New Mexico that we plan to start drilling in September, and that's the one where we drilled 31 meters of 449 grams per ton silver equivalent. So your priority one is following up on that right away and trying to build ounces as quickly and as efficiently and as cheaply as possible. Yeah,
okay, super. So question, of course, a lot of work, a lot of fields are turning. What is cash in the bank?
Right now, we're between 8.5 and 9 million. So we're stocked up and loaded for bear for the foreseeable future to definitely drill a lot of holes and really, I think, show the market, start to show the market the sense of scale that we're dealing with here, especially in New Mexico.
Okay, super. So if we put it all in a little bit of a broader picture, when do you think we will see resource estimate? And let's put it that way, could it be for you an idea to bring those two projects in production?
Yeah. So in terms of resource timing, what we need to do before we think about timing is really kind of wrap our heads around what we actually have here. So I would hate to put out a resource that's just one little postage stamp and it's open in all directions, and because that might give the idea that it's not getting bigger when it should be getting bigger. So that's a strategic question that I'm going to let play out here in the next few months as we drill this out. But maybe sometime, a year from now or something like that, if things go well for us, we'd be thinking about that. So that's one. And then would we want to bring this to production? Well, that's the classic junior mining CEO question when you're onto something good, right? For me, I like to think about it like this: like you're on the freeway. Imagine yourself, you're on the Autobahn or the freeway, and you're always preparing for the next turn. And you're always really only looking for the next turn, but sometimes an off-ramp may present itself. And, in that situation, you can consider taking it, but you're never really banking on it.
Okay. So if you consider to take the offer, please do it above the $2.
Sounds good.
Hope so, at least. That would be great. Okay, super. Yeah. So then let me just check my list here. Now that looks all fantastic. Yeah, that's all good. Super. All right. Galen, thank you very much for the update. Looks all fantastic. Silver has recovered, thank God, from that lows we saw, and it looks like the markets are getting better. So I would say, please deliver great drill results, make our shareholders happy, and sooner than later, should your share price also follow, I think.
All right, well, we're on it. We're going to keep working hard here, especially starting in September in New Mexico.
Super, fantastic. Galen, thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Galen McNamara, the CEO of Summa Silver, and you heard it. Lots is going on. The drills are turning. Fantastic drill results in Nevada, in New Mexico. Things are running really smoothly. And as Galen said, produce as good results as possible. Hopefully then soon a resource estimate. And we never know what happens then, maybe with a strategic, maybe they build it by themselves, whatever. We will see, but it looks like extremely promising projects, and the stock price is really down and worse to have a look at. I would suggest you really get some Summa Silver. I'm a shareholder already. I bought some more to average down, but it makes really sense to be. So great work from the team. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Austria.